All right, let me know when we're ready. All right, thank you.
Recording in progress.
Welcome back to the public session of the Township Committee meeting for tonight, June 23rd. Will you please rise for the flag salute? Okay, we will now open the first hearing of citizens. Mr. LeConte, will you please provide guidance?
Yes. Members of the public are now welcome to come up to the microphone to address the Township Committee. This is an opportunity for any member of the public to be heard about issues which are not topics scheduled for public hearings tonight. Those present may step up to the microphone to be heard. If you're watching via Zoom, you may speak during any of the public comment sessions by following the Zoom instructions to raise your hand. Whether in person or online, when you are recognized to speak, please mind the following procedures. Please say your name, spell your last name, and give the name of your street. You do not need to give your street number. All public comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Rather than use any of your time answering questions, the Township Committee will wait until you finish speaking before responding. There are 2 public comment sessions on tonight's agenda. Each member of the public will be limited to 1 comment of up to 3 minutes during each public comment period. Written comments submitted to the Township Clerk before 3 p.m. today will be read during the public comment sessions. Written comments are subject to the same guidelines as oral comments. Duplicative written comments may be summarized rather than read in full, according to guidelines issued by the New Jersey Division of Local Government Services. And for the 2 ordinances that we have on for public hearing, these rules will apply to those public hearings as well. And we do not have any written comments for this evening.
Okay. Are there any hands raised online?
We do not have any Zoom viewers.
Okay. If anyone would like to come up, please.
Hi, my name is Larry Cohen. I live in Fanwood. I'm a volunteer for the Humane World for Animals, formerly the Humane Society of the United States. I wrote to you a little over a week ago asking you to consider an ordinance that would ban pet stores in town from selling dogs and cats. You currently have a pet store in town. It's well bred. They do not sell dogs and cats. This is something that 155 towns throughout New Jersey have done, as well as 10 states across the country. The reason is because the pet store industry is set up, particularly in New Jersey, so that they get their animals from large commercial breeders, mostly out in Midwest states, that are known as puppy mills. They put their profits ahead of the welfare of the animals. I can tell you that they are governed by the USDA, and under federal law, these are the things that are allowed for commercial breeders that pet stores use. It's a nasty business. And this growing effort throughout the country has been to end this pipeline of these commercial breeders to the pet stores. So what we ask communities and states to do is say, hey, listen, welcome pet stores like you have well bred. Tell them that you want them to come to town and sell goods and services and offer supplies, but that they cannot sell dogs and cats because we know where they come from. And we want to encourage, obviously, humane treatment of animals and the adoption of animals and people getting animals from responsible breeders, which this does not affect. Pet stores themselves have said that they only account for about 4 to 5% of puppy sales in this state. They will say that themselves. So we're not talking about eliminating this huge source of dog supply. I'm asking you to do this basically from a moral standpoint. You know, perhaps the likelihood is not that great that a store would move into Chatham that would sell dogs and cats. But I think towns all the time are considering what is good, what is reflective of the morals of their town, whether it be liquor licenses or noise ordinances or massage parlors or AI data centers, or immigration detention places. You're always looking to say what kind of businesses or what kind of things reflect the nature of our town, our morals. This is an easy one. It costs nothing. It says loud and clear that your values are on the side of humane treatment of animals. It doesn't put anybody out of business. It doesn't restrict any businesses. It doesn't really restrict consumers. It doesn't change the playing field at all. There are stores still in New Jersey that sell dogs and cats. You passing an ordinance for Chatham will not shut any of those stores down. Yeah, that's about it. So, if I may, I have the ordinance again in writing, along with a little. Yeah, I can certainly do that. I can re-email it. And I have other information if you have any interest in coming to understand yourself just how bad this industry is and where these dogs come from.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming all the way out. Okay. Any other comments? Anyone else? Nope. Okay, so we can close the first hearing of citizens.
Mayor, I actually have a question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
For the gentleman here.
Yep.
Are there any situations where pet stores utilize places like, St. Hubert's or agreements with those kinds of organizations that are out there for the adoption of animals, whether they get paid to sell them or not, just the anti-puppy mill approach? Is there that set up with stores around this area?
This area, no.
Okay.
The Humane Society has a program that will convert stores to that model.
Okay.
And the state laws that are proposed and that have passed include that.
Okay.
That stores are allowed to bring in dogs from
Yes.
rescues and shelters to showcase them for adoption.
And a ban would not preclude the
It would not
access to-
preclude that.
Thank you.
Actually, the ordinance has that language in it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Now we can move on to monthly reports. Were there any questions or comments about any of the monthly reports? Nope. Okay. Now we can move on to the regular session. Yes.
Under workshop, I don't know if we still wanted to discuss the library matter, the resolution for funding,
Okay, under that, yeah.
if you wanted to discuss it at this point.
Yeah, we can do that.
Deputy Mayor?
Yeah.
I think you wanted to provide an update on that?
Yes, thank you, Mayor and Administrator Shahadi. Actually, it's kind of a call to action for a number of things. There has been a public presentation on the library project, and it is available for public viewing and review. And to date, at least to my knowledge anyway, we have no public input, reaction, et cetera. And we're trying to wrestle with the fairness across all demands across the township for whether it be the police department, the fire department, the public safety side, and of course the library as a great and wonderful asset. So if I might be able to put out a call to arms so that we might get some public feedback without the committee having to come up with a dart and figuring out what is proper and fair and legitimate and workable for that matter. And so I ask for that, for the public to please do approach us, please do come, please make comment as we try to figure out among this board what the best approach will be and what we can afford, what we cannot afford, what is a good project, a fair project, a wonderful project, an improvement of this asset. It's a very, very important asset to all of us. And so, Mayor, if possible, I'd like to, get the call to arms for residents to participate.
Yep. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay. So on to the mayor's message. Good evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. I want to thank Assemblyman McCurdy for holding his office hours here. This was the first one, and I think there will be more scheduled, and it's quiet time in the summer, but later in the summer and throughout the fall. This is June. It's Happy Pride Month. So I would like to share a quote from the actor Jodie Foster. She said, "Being gay is like being left-handed. Some people are, most people aren't, and nobody really knows exactly why. It's not right or wrong. It's just one of the many natural ways to be. The world works best when everyone gets to live as they truly are. So if you ever feel out of place, remember, you're not broken, you're just beautifully different, and that's something the world needs." Last week, Chatham High launched another class of successful graduates, so congratulations to all, and thank you to all of our incredible educators. If you've noticed the gold ribbons tied around town, those are in honor of one of my favorite citizens, Callum McGuckin. Callum passed away a couple of weeks ago at the too young age of 11, but life isn't necessarily measured in the number of years on this earth, but what you did in that time. Callum was a shining example of packing so much life into the time that he had. He was the kind of person that asked for donations for the homeless as his birthday presents, and was always up to show you every bell and whistle in an ambulance, and was infinitely patient when people could not find a certain item in the Christmas Village scavenger hunt. His legacy will live on in the foundation that was established in his name, in the organs that he donated, and in all the acts of kindness that will be done in his name. This loss is unfathomable, and it hurts a lot. But tomorrow at the Chatham Middle School, from 4 to 7, we can all come together to celebrate the joy that he brought and that perfect smile. There are details at the website, callummcguckin.com, if you need any additional information, so I hope to see people there. Now we can move on to the Township Committee reports. The Historical Society, you may have noticed a pod outside of the red brick schoolhouse. Well, that's because we're getting new flooring. A bunch of us were over there moving stuff out into the pod, and they're working on the flooring now. And in addition to the new lighting, the floors should be ready for the next July meeting on the first Sunday of every month. You can visit there between the hours of 2 to 4. Okay. Committeeman Alperowitz.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I'm going to just elaborate as well, too, and I probably won't get through much as you did. The emergency squad particularly is mourning the loss of Callum, who pretty much walked our halls from the moment he walked. And he was every bit a member, as we all are. So, my love and adoration to Liz and Brian and Gemma and grandparents who are very prominent in Chatham Township as well, too. I don't have much more to report other than I think the Environmental Commission and the Joint Rec Commission both met a couple weeks back. The Environmental Commission is embarking on a tri-town initiative called Quiet Summer. They're asking if residents are so inclined to ask their landscapers to pause on the gas-powered leaf blowers throughout the summer in order to promote more silence in town. Several members have done this already. It's no skin off of the landscapers' back. We're not asking them to reduce their charge to cutting the grass, but just to simply scale back on the gas-powered equipment. I think that's all I have to report. Thanks.
Thank you, Committeeman. Committeeman Choi?
Mayor, I don't have anything to report this evening.
All right, thank you. Committeewoman Ewald?
I have a lot that the Colony Pool wants to say, but just doesn't seem like the right time. I do want to let people know that Colony Pool is up and running, and they're doing very well, and I hope people take advantage of it. I will give more of an update, next month. Thank you.
Thank you, Committeewoman. Deputy Mayor McHugh?
Thank you, Mayor. I will update that the Open Space Committee has met finally this year. A couple things that will be progressing, a number of the trail questions and issues. There will be feedback forthcoming. There is the painting of the corn crib, which looks like perhaps this summer may occur, so really to brighten things up. Moving on to the library, further to what I said, action is needed in preservation of the grant or making sure an assurance of the grant. And so please do, if you have any comments, come to us so that we may deliberate and come up with solutions that make sense for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Okay. We can now move on to the public hearing and final adoption of ordinances. I would like to open the public hearing for Resolution 2026-112, amending the capital budget. That was only adding additional information, the revised funding source and debt authorizations.
Yeah, so this one, we don't actually need a public hearing on the resolution. This just
Right.
needs to be adopted before the ordinance.
Okay, so is there a motion to adopt?
I move to adopt Resolution 2026-112, amending the capital budget.
I will second.
Okay,
Mr. Alperowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Troy?
Yes.
Mrs. Ewald?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh?
Yes.
And Mayor Rowland?
yes,
Motion passes.
thank you. Okay, I'd like to open the public hearing for ordinance 2026-09, the capital ordinance. You can see the details for our $500,000 capital budget. Any comments or questions? Okay. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-09?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. And vote?
Mr. Alperowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Troy?
Yes.
Mrs. Ewald?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh?
Yes.
And Mayor Rowland?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. I'd like to open the public hearing for ordinance 2026-10. That's amending the police department personnel, which is adding additional headcount to the police org chart, which is moving from 22 sworn officers to 23. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance, or any questions or any comments?
We should open the public hearing.
Oh, the public hearing, yes.
No one online?
Okay. Right. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-10?
So moved.
I'll second.
Mr. Alperowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Troy?
Yes.
Mrs. Ewald?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh?
Yes.
And Mayor Rowland?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Now move on to the approval of the consent agenda. Are there any items that anyone would like to pull out for a separate discussion or separate vote?
Nope.
Okay. Anything, Mr. Shahadi, you'd like to add?
No, I just wanted to be prepared in case there were any questions on anything.
Additional revenue, additional grant money came in,
Yes.
which
good-
is
good
always
stuff.
good.
Good grant money.
Always good news.
And liquor license.
Yeah. And the liquor licenses, yes. that's- Yeah. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
I'll second.
Mr. Alperowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Troy?
Yes.
Mrs. Ewald?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McHugh?
Yes.
Mayor Rowland?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to now open the second hearing of citizens. The same rules apply that Mr. LeConte provided previously. There were no advanced questions. Did anyone hop online yet?
No one online, so we can open it up to the audience. Anyone that wants to step up to the microphone?
Okay.
Anyone wanting to step up to the microphone, the time is now yours to actually stand up and walk up to the microphone.
Hi, Ted Godfrey, 21 Evergreen. First, thank you, Mayor Rowland. You responded to my email with the debacle at Colony Club. Was there a performance bond on that?
I think we looked into that. I don't know, Mr. Shahad, if you want to provide some additional information that you got from.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry
right.
to interrupt you. I only know I have a certain amount of time. Should I just?
Yeah, so just as a reminder of the way this works is you take up as much as your 3 minutes as you want, and when you're done, that's when the committee will respond.
Okay, okay.
So you have 2 minutes. Once I hit resume, you'll have 2 minutes and 44 seconds left.
Okay, so.
Good.
We'll talk about the soil that's, construction debris in the Colony Club. We're also wondering in the neighborhood about the blighted, half-completed house that hasn't had any construction in 7 months, I guess now, on Myersville Road. And I guess there's some law that you have to do something about that blight after 6 months of nothing being done. And I'm wondering how many campers they're gonna have at the Colony Club. And I wondered about, is there any kind of tree replacement program? Like 10, 15 years ago, I came here, we had to take a class, and the town gave us a couple of trees. I planted them both. One has completely died, and I'm trying to find out if there's any program in that. Okay, now, oh, and then gas blowers. Obviously, I have electric ones, but I have 500 trees on my property. When the leaves start falling, if you had electric, it's not working in the back there. I have to have a push gas one. Okay, so I guess if I have any time, if you want to say anything further, that the soil was not screened topsoil. It was construction debris with rocks. I showed you some pictures. So, okay, I'm done. I'll just listen.
So at first, I was trying to figure out where that was, and I know that our DPW also had some comments about what, was happening over at Colony. If you wouldn't mind
Thank you,
elaborating.
Mayor. So we tried to ascertain exactly where that was based on the image. It looked like there was a bench in the image of the picture with the stone, and yeah, and so nevertheless, though, the rocks and the bold patches are not from the construction. Those are just high traffic areas. The area that was in the photograph was not near the area of disturbance from the construction. So that's the simple answer to that.
High traffic in the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
Again, that's not where they did construction, sir. So I'd be happy to visit with you, and
Okay.
certainly,
I'm
yeah. I
interrupting.
do have your
I'm
contact
sorry.
info. Yeah, no, I do have your contact information. I'd love to, get more information. Happy to go out there with you myself and see exactly where that is, because we do know exactly where they were working, and nevertheless, I mean, we will take care of it. But unfortunately, right now with hot weather, you can't plant grass.
Yeah, in the fall.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So it certainly is something that is on our radar to address when the weather is appropriate.
I'll jump around. Gas blowers, I understand, with electric. But what we're asking for, a lot of times, they use a very powerful gas blower for everything. And in the summer, there aren't many leaves, but it's just kind of a habit. So we're just trying to raise awareness that says, you know what, we don't have to use a gas blower all the time. If it's just some grass clippings, sweep them or something. So it's just partnering with our landscapers to just, try to think of different ways rather than just falling back into the habits. But I definitely understand. I used to have an electric lawnmower, and it was a lot of work. If you want to email me the address for Myersville Road, we can look into that further if you want to send me an email on that.
Did I say Myersville? I'm sorry. Mountain View.
On Mountain View, okay. We can look into that.
I don't know. It's the only one where you can see that it's been abandoned for, 6, 8 months now.
I'll have to look into that, and I have your email address.
You can't miss it.
Well, I don't drive that way a lot, but I'll look around. Yeah. And then regarding tree replacement, I don't know. We can look with the Environmental Commission.
I don't think
if
they've offered a lot of plants and things like that in plant drives, but I don't know if they've done, like, other than seedings. But
10, 15 years it's
yeah,
when they did that.
Every couple of
can-
times a year, they offer trees, like different types of trees. I can't remember what time of the year, but I know that I could get that for you when they offer free trees. It's kind of a first come, first served basis, and you show up and they give you free trees to plant. They're about this big. but-
Before, can I speak?
Yes.
We had to actually go to a class here to be instructed in, how to do it properly, and then we got 2 free trees. It wasn't just getting the,
Ah, okay. I will have to look into that. Does anybody know if we still have a program like that, a tree education and planting?
If I may, Mr. Godfrey, how big were the trees that you got after your class?
about this tall.
Oh, so they were significant trees.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, saplings at that point.
okay.
And a tree is defined as being 12 inches in diameter according to the construction.
No. It wasn't just a bare root little,
No, it was
okay,
this
yeah.
big.
Okay, thanks. We'll look into it.
Thank you very much.
Mayor, if I may,
Yes.
just go back to the matter related to Colony Pool. Mr. Shahadi, the areas that were of concern or discussion just a few minutes ago, is the underlying issue a safety issue or an aesthetics issue? I have not seen the photos, so I'm not privy to.
So the residents' concern is that it is safety and an aesthetic issue.
Mike?
Some rocks, there are some, in the one photo that I saw, some larger rocks about this big, so if you're stepping on them barefoot, it might be uncomfortable, but
He
not
has a photo.
necessarily a safety issue.
Yeah,
Can I give
to
this
the
to you?
clerk, please. Yeah. I see, okay.
And this is before the campers and everything. This is like when they just opened.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi there. My name is Megan Schaff, and I live on Garden Street. And I wasn't prepared. Oh, Schaff, S-C-H-A-A-F. And I wasn't prepared to speak tonight. I'm here with my son, who's working on a merit badge for citizenship in the community. So sorry if I'm a little scattered, but I'm actually a member of the Friends of the Library as well. So I felt called to speak after your request for comments from the public. And I just wanted to lend my wholehearted support that you, in turn, support the library and all their needs. There are a lot of needs. I'm sure you've been to the library on a daily basis and see how it's used all day long from people of all ages. There's nannies there with little ones for story time in the morning. There's elderly people, reading and just enjoying some social time with friends. And then if you're there at 3 o'clock, you know that the doors are flying open with teenagers coming just for somewhere to hang out after school, because there's not a lot of options that are free and open and available for kids in middle school to just come and hang out with friends. And we were able to provide the new teen room for them to have a space to play games and chat, do homework, have meetings. And as a member of the Friends of the Library, we are raising money for all the programming, different events that are held, the Seed Library. There's something for everyone. But I do know the library is really hurting in terms of infrastructure. And also, we have librarians doing like 3 to 4 jobs that they shouldn't have to be holding all these responsibilities. So we really need the support from both the borough and the township to keep the library as amazing as it is for all of our citizens, for everyone in the community to enjoy. So thank you for your consideration.
Great.
And as a side note, I was on the Environmental Commission in 2012, and it was a one-off program that Mike Kelly put together with the saplings. So I don't know if they've run it since, because I had some children since then, so I had to drop off, but just for background info.
Thank
Right.
you.
So thank you.
And anytime you want to come back, you can rejoin. Okay.
Well, and sorry, just to let you know, especially because you have a scout that's trying to earn this badge, this meeting is quieter, but in terms of putting things in perspective, in terms of how things run, the last meeting, there was a big discussion for anybody who's interested about the library and their requests. So we kind of go in cycles. We have a big workshop meeting, we discuss a lot of these things, and then we come here and we vote on them, and if there's any resident input or questions, or if we have any additional questions, we'll follow through on that. But especially bringing up the library, and because Committeeman McHugh has asked for input, at the last meeting, if you go online, you'll see the video, and you can watch the presentation that the library gave, and the ask, and what their needs are.
And that video is available on the YouTube channel.
Great. Okay. Any other hands raised, or anyone else in the audience would like to come forward?
Sorry, nothing on Zoom unless anyone else from the audience wants to come up.
Okay.
Can I say one more thing, or am I in violation?
You can, sure.
That wasn't,
And-
that wasn't the only picture, like when you just said, oh, it wasn't weather construction, they put a new sidewalk in, and I'm looking at a picture here, and there's hardly any sun, it's just construction debris, and that was a new pavement that they put in. So this is not something that didn't come from construction. And I've been there every year, and that grass was never like that. Can I just show you one little quick picture?
Mr. Godfrey, as I mentioned, I'd be happy to go out there with you, because we're not gonna solve it right now.
Okay,
So I'd
okay.
be happy to go out there to, I've got your contact info. If you let me know when you're there, be happy to come by there with our DPW director, and we'll get it fixed.
Great. Okay. Okay, I think we can now close the second hearing of citizens. And I think that's it. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make such a motion.
I'll second.
Okay,
Aye.
All in favor? Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, everyone.